Hello everyone, Torx here, going to do a real quick review on this Thermaltake Cyclo PCI fan. Here it is, not plugged in yet, well actually, yeah, it's plugged in through the cable management down there with the Molex adapter. That's all it comes with. It's kind of, not a super long wire, but it makes it into the cable management down there. I'll shine my flashlight on it so I can see better. It's down there somewhere. But anyway, yeah, there it is. Basically, here's a little fan lesson. The way fans work. This is a regular bladed fan. Some people say these PCI fans should be set up differently or with different fan blades. Yeah, I get that, but basically the way you're looking at it right now, this means it's sucking. Okay, it's sucking through this direction, and it's blowing out the back like that. Where you see basically the easiest way to tell if it's blowing or sucking, this is the direction where it's blowing, where you can see the wire. This is the direction where it's sucking. Okie dokie. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Now, as you can see, there's a plastic casing on the back here. So where is it blowing to? It's blowing out the back here at the only spot it can. Alright, that vent, and that's where it will go. PCI slot like that. So I'm going to have it facing this way, sucking all the air from the processor, from that motherboard heatsink, from the RAM heatsinks, all that good stuff, and just blow it out the back, just like that. And I already have an outtake fan. I have two roof fans, but this is just another fan. So I have a complete surround exhaustion, basically. Now you can reverse this metal piece, and I did originally have it that way. I took this off and I flipped it around, put it on there, so I had it basically facing this way. Let's pretend this, it's hard to do this with two hands, but this metal piece is over here. But it was basically facing like this, where my graphics card was, and sucking air off the top. And it really only, it only took like 1 degree Celsius off the card. It was really nothing. And some people may say, well, why not face it, down here? Well, why would I do that? Because if I did that, then it would be sucking air away. See, the card has a fan of its own. It's a suck in. If I did this, I'd be sucking away cool air from it, and I wouldn't be adding any ventilation at all, and that would be bad. Unless, of course, I had one of those cards that was really long. The fan was like down here, maybe. But this is one of those cards that has the fan in the middle, so I can't do that. I shouldn't anyway. I'm trying new things, though. This is my second attempt at trying to cool down my system. It's about $9. The CFM on it is 22, which is pretty low, honestly. It's not the best. And it's a 21.5 dBA, I believe, as in how much noise it makes. Not impressive. That's pretty noisy for such a small little fan. It's like, woo! It's really high-pitched. Thermaltake's products, a lot of time in my experience, are just high-pitched. I mean, not high-pitched, they're just really loud. But anyway, I'm just going to install it in just like that, because I have one PCI slot above my card that I never ever use. I don't use PCI slots for anything really. Maybe I'll get a Wi-Fi card one day, but I have wired. So there it is. See, like that, and you can see it's kind of bulging out slightly. This is part of my hand's in the way. You can see this is like bulging out. I don't know why it's designed that way. So if you have it turned upside down, it'll make contact with your card, and that's just retarded, I think. But I don't know. I wish it was a nicer flush design. But I'm basically just gonna suck some heat away from this heatsink right here. And the RAM, I suppose. The more fans you have in the case, the longer your system will last, even if it's very slight. So always just keep that in mind. Alright, so here it is installed. As you can see, right on top of the card. The fan is facing this way. And yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to cool down this motherboard just a little bit, because this motherboard is a Gigabyte one. I forget the exact model name, but it gets hot. Really, really hot. So hopefully I can just cool it down just a wee bit. If nothing else, though, it's a nice little blue LED, because all these fans in my case are all blue LEDs. This heatsink is, that outtake fan is, these two roof fans, the bottom fan, and then my front fan. So, yeah, let's give it a go. Alright, there it is in the case, turned on. There you have it. Next to all my other blue LED fans. In the blue form. It's sucking in air from that spot, and yeah. Honestly, I think I'm gonna try and flipping it back over like I originally had it set up, because I just did another test, and apparently my temperatures were actually slightly better when it was turned face down. My motherboard is saying it's 2 degrees hotter than it was when the PCI fan was face down. It's actually kind of shocking. Not sure why, but yeah, it's kind of as I suspected, because all your hot air is rising. That's why I have exhaust fans on the top and on the back right there. This is sort of facing upside down, and I think it's probably sucking away cool air and getting rid of it, and ultimately that's serving nothing. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to. I'm gonna turn it face back down so it can cool off that graphics card a little bit. I think the reason why it was cooling off the motherboard was because it was getting rid of some of the graphics card's heat, and that graphics card heat was transferring to the motherboard. So I'm just gonna turn it back face down again. But there it is. It's kind of noisy here. Let me put you up to all my other fans, and then when I go to the PCI fan, you can hear the difference. Yeah, point proven. It's a loud little bugger. I don't know why I said bugger. I never ever say that, but yeah, that's basically it. If you got $9 to spend and all your other case fan spots are filled up and you want another one, that's fine. I'd probably do as I originally did. I'll put it face down just to suck up a little bit of that hot air out of the graphics card. Just a little bit. So, that is the Thermaltake Cyclo PCI fan. See ya.